Welcome to the program, Mr. Ambassador.
Thank you.
I would like to start with your visit to our city, to Lviv. Is it your first time here and did you enjoy your stay?
Absolutely. I enjoy my stay here. This is not my first time. This is my third time to visit Lviv. Coincidentally, Lviv is the first city that I stay overnight when I enter the Ukrainian territory.
That's great. And did you have any excursions in the city center of Lviv?
Yes. I have a good guide, my honorary consul, Mr. Ionov. He's friends of us, and he took me to every corner of the city center and the old town for sure, and also enjoying some scenery from the surrounding area of the city.
That's great. And I would like to cover your meetings with our regional authorities. I know that yesterday you had a meeting with representatives of our regional council and regional military administration. How did these talks go?
Yes, I have a very fruitful discussion, both of the regional administrator of Lviv region, the mayor, and also the council of the Lviv region. And we discussed, touch upon a lot of aspects, not only political for sure, that we also discussing about the opportunity for having a more robust economic relation between Indonesia and Ukraine, especially with the Lviv region, as well as in social and cultural affairs.
How do you see possible the next steps in the cooperation between Ukraine and Indonesia in terms of economic affairs and maybe investitions during the war?
Yes, for sure, the economic sector is still going on, and we have a very good relation in trade relation between Indonesia and Ukraine. We imported a lot of grain from Ukraine. And we also exported in the other side from Indonesia the crude palm oil and other manufactured goods to Ukraine. But unfortunately, during the war, it became decreasing since the logistical affairs that's being disrupted because of the war. And we hope that the more and more contact between our business people can happen in the near future.
Today we mark 32nd anniversary of our diplomatic relations between Ukraine and Indonesia. From your perspective, what is the biggest achievement of our bilateral relations?
Yes, actually, the relation between Ukraine and Indonesia also cover from long time during the Soviet period. We remember the Ukrainian support the Indonesian effort to independence in 1946 by submitting the Indonesian issues at the Security Council meeting at the time. And after the establishment of the diplomatic relation, we witnessed that our embassies has been opened. And in Indonesian side, we appointed also two honorary consul to help the embassy to conduct its affairs. One for sure in Lviv and the other one in Kharkiv. And in terms of economic relation, we have a very robust trade relation, as I mentioned before. And we hope that this achievement also can become more and more flourishing in the future, for sure. And in terms of the social cultural affairs, we established a cooperation between our higher education institution. Just last month, in March 2024, we have the Memorandum of Understanding signing between Kyiv Polytechnic Institute and the Parahyangan Catholic University from Indonesia. And we hope this cooperation could be materialized in the near future.
You're also opening exhibition in Lviv, Indonesia through Lens. From your perspective, what is the main idea of this and how can it boost relations, improve relations between our two countries?
Yes. In commemorating our 32nd anniversary of diplomatic relation, the embassy, with the support of the Indonesian Honorary Consul in Lviv and also with cooperation with the Lviv Museum, we have the exhibition with a title, Indonesia Through Lens. By having this exhibition, we hope that more Ukrainians, especially the residents of Lviv, could understand and to know much better, a better picture about Indonesia. As you may understand that the distance in geographical term is very far away between Indonesia and Ukraine. By having this exhibition, we hope that we can bring closer to the Lviv residents what's all about Indonesia. It's economic, it's a socio-cultural, and also other aspect of life in Indonesia. And with this exhibition also, we try to introduce some of the Indonesian delicacies which might be interested for the Lviv residents.
How do you see your next steps in terms of improving relations between both countries?
Yes, my mission is especially in economic and social cultural affairs. We're trying to bring more and more Indonesian businessmen to come to Ukraine, and from other direction, we're also inviting more and more Ukrainian businessmen to visit Indonesia. For an annual program, we have the Indonesian Trade Expo conducting in October every year, and also the Indonesia-European Business Forum, which might be of interest of Ukrainian business sector. They could explore a lot of possibilities to enhance trade relation and also the investment affairs. And last year, we witnessed one of the joint venture company has been established in Indonesia. This company dealing with the trade relation, especially in grain. And in the future, I believe that they can manage to have a flour factory. Maybe they can establish it in Indonesia by using the grain from Ukraine. And we hope that this is also symbolize the robust relation in economic affairs between Indonesia and Ukraine.
Do you feel that Indonesian businessmen are not afraid of investing in Ukraine in the middle of the war?
Yeah. To be honest, the war situation is not a conducive situation for investment. Yes, there is a lot of question from Indonesian business sector regarding the security situation in Ukraine. We try to do our best to give more balanced information for them, and in order for them to make a decision whether they can invest directly now, or at least they can explore the possibility for the new future investment here.
Let's cover also position of your government towards the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
What is your political stance towards the situation in our country?
Yeah. First and foremost, that I'd like to reiterate the basic position of Indonesia, that we respect all the territorial integrity of Ukraine. And in the other side, we also constantly called all the parties for immediate end of the military action, and as well as cessation of hostilities, and to be more focused on the peace process. So in this regard, the peace process that we are aiming it should be an inclusive process, which is also participating by all the parties. And we believe that by having the negotiation and diplomacy, we can achieve a peaceful solution on this in this conflict.
Do you feel that Russia can be trusted during the negotiations process, from your perspective?
Yes, we have to try our effort by having to initiate the process for sure. And by this, I mean that we have to build a trust, confidence-building measure, which should be needed for having this discussion between both parties.
But don't you think that there was a history, Russia did not comply with their obligations in lots of treaties? What's your take on that?
We believe that the process that can be done in a short period. The negotiation process maybe take a long way to go, but if we don't start it from now, we only prolong the war. So that's why the Indonesian government always voicing the need for cessation of hostilities and to ask all parties to the negotiating table again and again.
Do you see Russia's invasion as an illegal one according to international law?
The basic principle of our government is we never condone any act of invading other territories. So we respecting the territorial integrity of our friends, or the territorial integrity of our countries, which is which is established according to international law. I mean, after the World War, we already draw the line of a border between countries, and every country should respect that border.
Also, I would like to cover Global Peace Summit in Switzerland. Will Indonesia participate in this event?
Yes, we receiving the invitation from the Swiss government regarding this summit. And for the time being, we still considering for positively participating in this summit.
President Zelensky had a meeting with Indonesian head of state. Can you give us some insight into these talks, high-level talks?
Yes. The first meeting between President Zelensky with the President of Indonesia is in 2022. The current president still Mr. Joko Widodo. But as we understand that the last meeting between President Zelensky and a prominent figure from Indonesian political arena in Indonesia is with the President-elect Prabowo Subianto. It was held in Singapore. And I believe that they have touched upon a lot of aspects of bilateral relation. And I assume that in the future we will embark to the new level of cooperation between Indonesia and Ukraine.
Should we expect any more talks, high-level talks between the President of Indonesia and President of Ukraine?
Hopefully like that. As you may understand that in Indonesia now we entering the transitional period from the era of President Joko Widodo, which will be ended in October 2024. And we already have the result of the last general election in Indonesia. With the result is the president-elect has been announced, Mr. Prabowo Subianto. And in between, a lot of agenda domestically should be finished by both parties for ensuring the smooth transition between the old president to the new elected president.
Should we expect any kind of high-level visit to Ukraine by new president of Indonesia?
Hopefully.
Would you like to prepare such event?
For sure, yes. In other way also that we also expecting that President Zelensky could also pay a visit to Indonesia.
Yeah. Do you expect such visit this year, in the nearest future? Yeah.
We don't know yet, since I learned that it's quite difficult also for President Zelensky to travel abroad, since the logistical problem and also other security consideration for that. But we hope that it could be materialized in the near future for sure. Yes.
President Zelensky attended this security forum in Singapore. How do you see this participation of President Zelensky in such high-level events in your region? Yes,
I believe that the presence of President Zelensky at the Shangri-La dialogue is really fruitful for Ukrainian position to give more understanding for the Ukrainian situation to Asian counterpart there who participated in the Shangri-La dialogue. But on the other side, the presence of President Zelensky also has been used for having the bilateral dialogue with several head of states, including with the president-elect Prabowo Subianto, which at this time still holding the position of Minister of Defense of Indonesia.
How can you also assess possibility for Ukraine to build strong relations with other countries, your neighboring countries in Asia, from your perspective?
Yeah, we believe that Ukraine now entering a new step of relation with the ASEAN countries. Ukraine has been submitting the status of the sectoral dialogue with ASEAN, and also already there is a lot of dialogue and interaction between Ukrainian in ASEAN countries. And I learned also the presence of the Ukrainian embassy also in the ASEAN will be increased in the near future. So I hope that by using this platform, Ukraine can have a more robust relation with all the Southeast Asian nations.
How can you also assess the position of Chinese and Indian government towards the war in Ukraine? What is your take on the position of such big players of your region?
Yeah, I'm not in position for having such an assessment for the Indian and Chinese position vis-a-vis the conflict here in Ukraine. I believe that they have their own position with regard to this the conflict, and since the presence of their ambassador in Kiev is still, still there, we believe that the relation with Ukraine between India with Ukraine and China with Ukraine is still in a good shape.
I would like also to cover a relation of your government and China. Do you feel any kind of threat from Chinese government, or do you looking forward to building relations with them?
We have a very unique relation with China. The president of China is, she's been there for centuries for sure. That we have relations up and down, not always in a good shape for sure. But since by the end of 80s and early 90s, we embarked to a new relation with China. We have very good and robust relation. We have very good economic relation, and also we managed to prevent any conflict happen in South China Sea. So I believe that by engaging China in like an ASEAN regional forum, it will be good for us to have to maintaining a good relation with China, not only with Indonesia but also with the rest of the Southeast Asian countries.
Do you feel there is an imminent threat to Taiwan posed by China from your perspective?
Again, I don't want to play another another comment on this relation, but I believe that the situation, the Taiwan Strait relation is like that for decades. Yeah, so it will be like that in this near future. In my own perspective, not the position of my government for sure.
How do you see the future of relations between Ukraine, Indonesia, and other countries of your region in the middle of the war and after the end of the war?
Before the war, I think we don't have any problem with a relation between Indonesia and Ukraine, Indonesia and Russia for sure. And I believe it's also shared by other ASEAN countries. And for Indonesia, we are ready to embark to a new level of relation with Ukraine. And in this regard, we hope that by exchanging visit of the leaders in the future, it will be will give a strong, solid relation between our two countries. And I'd like also to mention about our visit, the visit of President Jokowi in 2022 to Ukraine. It's also have a great symbol for Indonesia and also for other countries in Asia. Mr. Joko Widodo visit is become the first visit of the ASEAN leaders after the invasion. It also signifies his visit, and as the president of G20 at that time, also, President Joko Widodo also inviting President Zelensky to attend the summit held in Bali. And even though President Zelensky cannot attend it directly, but he sent a video message which mentioning the 10 peace plan, which now become the main proposal from the Ukrainian side for the peace formula.
Does your government support this peace plan of President Zelensky?
We support any peace effort by every parties here, and in my level, in ambassador level, I also take a closer look for this peace formula, and I'm participating in various meetings of the working group of the peace formula held in Kiev.
How are such meetings going? Do you feel any progress from these talks?
Yeah, I believe that a lot of progress has been made, and the result of this working group will be discussed in the summit to be held in Switzerland in June.
And I would like also to repeat question. You said that you're still considering participation in the summit, but should Ukraine expect any kind of representative from Indonesia on any level?
Yeah, for sure. I hope that the government will give a very positive consideration to send its delegation to attend this summit.
Thank you, Ambassador, for your time, for your support and relations, building such strong relations between our two countries, and glory to Ukraine.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.